So today is day one of this homeschool journey diary video. I decided to film this because there are so many ups and downs in the day-to-day of homeschooling, and I feel like a lot of you guys may be encouraged to know that even though I'm very confident in my homeschool, I'm very confident in my abilities, we still have normal daily struggles. And so what I want to do with this video is I want to be as real as possible, including in my appearance. And I just am gonna give you guys like a daily recap of how the school day went, how I'm feeling, and I'm gonna try to keep each of them short because I think I'm gonna do this over a week or a couple of weeks, and then I'm gonna post it just to show you guys like this is what my homeschool life is like. And I'm gonna be honest and I'm gonna be real, and let me know if you guys appreciate that and want me to do another one of these. I'm gonna call this like my homeschool mom diary. So it's not gonna be like a huge long update because that would of course make the video extremely long, but I'm just gonna get on and give a quick little thing for each day. So that's what this video is going to be. So let me know in the comments if you like it. Let me know if it encouraged you. Give me a thumbs up if you want me to do it again. And so now I'm going to just talk about today. So it is about 3 o'clock today, and yesterday we had a really rough school day. So I was feeling kind of deflated and just like, I don't know if I have it in me to do that all again. And thankfully today we're done by 3 o'clock, which is really great for us considering I didn't start school until like 10:30, 10:45, and the reason why I didn't start school is because my car has been in the shop getting my bumper fixed, and I had to deal with an insurance mess and lots of phone calls and interruptions. So I knew if I started school earlier, it just was gonna be interruption, so I waited. So I was really kind of like, oh, this day is not starting out as I wanted it to. But I pushed through. We did a science lesson today, we did our morning basket, and then we did all of our individual work. So we had a completely full school day, and it actually went pretty well. The biggest struggle that I'm dealing with right now in homeschooling, especially when we're doing our table subjects, so the things that we're all doing together, is my older kids just interrupting constantly. They just are going through this stage that they're so impulsive that they just start talking, and like it's just shout out, shout out, shout out, and I feel like it prevents my younger two from really participating. So I've really had to get kind of like, if you shout out again, you're gonna be in trouble type of thing, and I just don't like it. But they're really driving me kind of crazy with that. I said I was going to be real and honest. I don't like the interrupting. Another thing about today, even though we had a good school day, is that my kids are constantly leaning in their chairs, and they have actually pulled out the screws from their school chairs because they're leaning back in them so much. So today I had enough of that, and I told them if they leaned in their chair, they were gonna have to stand up and do their work, and I had to take away 3 out of the 4 chairs. And I'm not that mean that I made them stand up, but I did make them stand up for a little bit, and then they all laid down on the floor and finished their schoolwork because they're just leaning in the chairs constantly, and it's gonna break them, and we spent money on those, and I want them to stop doing that. It's like a really bad habit of leaning back in the chair. So anyways, we had a good school day today. It's, like I said, 3 o'clock. I already put dinner in the crock pot, and that feels like a lifesaver. So now I have a little bit of time, like an hour, to just do what I need to do. I need to do that up there. But yeah, today was a pretty good day. It was definitely redemptive after yesterday, and I feel like for me, a lot of times a really hard day then comes a really good day. So I'm thankful it's Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday, which is our last day of school for the week, and I'm thankful today was better. So that's how I'm feeling today. So it's Friday. and I just poured myself some cold brew. And that it is the end of our homeschool week because it's Friday. This week marks the end of week 6 for school. So I have not taken off any extra days. I have not taken off a week of school since we started, because we did have kind of, I mean, you guys, I talk about this dog all the time, but really, let's just take a moment. Oh, ow! Jeez, she's aggressive. Okay, so anyways, I've not taken off a break from school since we started, and the reason why is because we had kind of a really long extended summer and just haven't really felt the need to. But now, like wrapping up week 6, I'm starting to feel like, okay, I want to take a little bit of time off. So we're gonna school through next week, which will be like week 7, and then we're gonna take the whole week off the following week because we're gonna be going out of town for like 3 days. So it'll just be a good time to take a week off. If I don't pet her, she's going to continue to assault me. So the thing is that it is hard for me to pause and take breaks. And I know a lot of you guys hear me talk about that and you're like, oh, it's hard for her to rest. No, it really is hard for me to rest, and it is no better being the type of personality that I am, and not, it doesn't lend itself to being like super gracious with myself. It doesn't lend itself to me like listening to, you know, if I'm just feeling tired that day, or I'm feeling like you know, whatever. I very much have like a super driven, schedule oriented, hardworking, disciplined personality, and that's great and does lead to a lot of great things. But on the flip side, it also causes me to be tired and not rest as well as I should, and that leads to impatience and frustration and exhaustion sometimes. So I'm really working on listening to myself and listening to my I don't know, just my heart's desire for our school year. And part of that is doing things like we're doing today. So like I said, today is Friday. We are finishing up our school week. It is the first day that it is beautiful outside. It is midday now. It's about 2 o'clock, 1:32. And we got an early start on school because I did not go to the gym this morning. I've been working out really hard and I just felt tired this morning, and so we're gonna go walk these doggies for 3 miles. Do you guys think she can hang for 3 miles? We'll see. But anyways, the weather's beautiful, and so I just want to be outside with the kids. And so my older 3 are finishing up math right now, and then we're gonna go spend the rest of the afternoon outside to wrap up this school week. So rather than, my point in that is that I have things that I call like their independent work for when I'm helping my other kids with stuff, and I don't want them sitting there just with idle hands and idle time. But on days like today when it's beautiful outside and I don't really want them doing those additional things, then I just take those things out. So it works really good for us. So we did like our morning time, and we spent a lot of time doing marine biology this morning, and I don't want to rush through that, but it took quite a while because they wanted to finish their marine animal booklets and do a really good job on those. So then we just did reading and we did math. So I took out the other things for today so that we could go have some time outside. So doing things like that gives me life and energy in my homeschool, but it's also at the same time so hard for me to do. Because I am so task and schedule oriented, it's very hard for me to break away. And again, I know people hear that and they're like, oh, must be rough if you're someone who's disorganized and struggles with being on a schedule. But truly, both ends of the spectrum have their disadvantages. There's that perfect person out there. No, this person does not exist. That is right in the middle. That gets it right. That has freedom and listens to themselves, but also is great at being scheduled and task oriented and disciplined and structured, and so their kids are learning a ton. But I don't believe that anybody gets it just right. So anyways, that's my little rant for today. I'm proud of myself for listening to the fact that I just want to go on a walk with the kids, and today that's more important than language arts. So that's what we're gonna do. They did a ton of writing this morning. They did their reading. We did our Bible, which is the most important, and they're doing math. So we're gonna call that a day and enjoy our weekend. And then next week will be our last week leading up to our first break. And I'm going to continue this video through next week. So hopefully all of the updates won't be 5 to 6 minutes, but hey, if they are, it's gonna be a long video and I don't care. I'm gonna put it up anyway. So anyways, that's it for today, and I'll check in with you guys on Monday. All right, guys, it is Tuesday now, which is our first supposed to be school day back this week. We actually did do our school day routine yesterday on Monday because my husband worked, and so we figured why not do some, so that way one of the other days this week that he was working, I could do like a lighter load. So that's what we did yesterday, Monday, and it went pretty well. We did like subjects out of order, but sometimes I find that just works out better. We had dentist appointments, so they brought things with them and did them, and so I was happy yesterday with that, because sometimes like life appointments like that, they stress me out because you have to make time to do them, but like I don't want to have a spotty school week the week before we're taking a fall break. So it's about 4 o'clock now, and we're finishing up math with 2 of my kids right now, and I'm sitting in the schoolroom, so sorry about the bad lighting. But today was a good school day. We did a really like long morning time you know, science lesson with a craft, and so we took a little bit of a break and ran to the library, and then I grabbed a Starbucks, and then we came back, and then we're finishing up our schoolwork now, so that's why we're running a little bit later. But today, all in all, was a really good school day. We learned a lot about sea turtles, and the kids had fun with that, and so seeing them enjoy things always boosts my spirits as far as a homeschooling mom goes. And then also just like taking a little break and going to the library was nice today, because why not? You know, sometimes I get so rigid about sticking to my schedule and things like that, which I've already shared with you guys, that once I like let myself live in the moment a little bit, then it's just like so great. So that's what we did today, and we have our poetry time coming up in 2 days, so we're preparing for that. So today, Tuesday, was a really good school day. I also didn't work out this morning. I'm gonna work out with my husband tonight, and for some reason, like I've wanted to just commit to doing my workouts at the same time every day, but that is just not really working out for me this year. I feel like I need to be flexible depending on what the day has. So I don't know, I'm still figuring that part out, but today was a good school day. I'm feeling really good about where we are with taking our first break, and everybody was enjoyable and on task today. So I'm very thankful for days like this. These are the days that motivate me to keep going. So it is Wednesday, and I just finished school with the kids, and I sent my older kids outside to watch my younger kids in the front. So they're playing outside right now. Thank the Lord for nice weather. I mean, I know a lot of you guys who watch me live back east and live in really cold places, but the thing is like people think, oh, it's so nice to live where there's mild weather, but we have the opposite of you. So you guys go in the winter. In the summer, we're in because it's so hot. So I have not been able to send my kids outside to play since, I mean, honestly, since probably April. and the dogs are going crazy because they're getting their bikes from the backyard. So be right. So as I was saying, they haven't been able to go outside after we finished school since about April. So I'm so thankful because that is just a great way for me to get a little like decompression time after the difficult homeschool days, which today was. I started thinking last night, I was thinking to myself, man, I wanted to do this like homeschool mom virtual diary daily recap type of thing to show like the ups and downs. But truthfully, once I started with my camera, there wasn't so many downs as there usually are. And I'm like, great, this isn't gonna be like typical, because my typical week is a lot of ups and downs. It's a lot of highs and lows right now. And my arms are really tired from my workout, so that's why I keep switching the camera. But basically, today our school day started off pretty difficult by one kid in particular, and they just got in trouble and they got out of hand, and it was not a fun way to start the school day. And I feel bad because my little kids have to listen in on that, and it like totally disrupts everybody's peace, and it really is unfair and really upsetting. And for me, once I've gotten angry with a child, I have a very hard time recovering. I feel like with me, my patience, like every day I start out with my patience at a level 100. And as the day progresses, my patience amount goes down. So we're like go to 90, and then we go to 80, and then we go to 70. And then by the end of the day, some days, like as I fall into bed, I literally feel like I do not have any patience left to give. So that was this morning. It was over something totally ridiculous, and she just wanted to argue with me, and it was during Bible time. And I'm always like, wow, we're literally reading the Word of God and you're arguing with me. And I know that she's a kid and I know all of that, so save it. But it's just so annoying, like that I can say that, like it's really annoying, and it was. And so it started off our day pretty bad. So I know people are gonna be like, so what do you do on days like that? Do you just scratch the whole school day? Absolutely not. One thing I found to be really effective is to tell them to work on their independent work first, and I play classic Christian hymns, not even worship music, but actual like hymns on the organ or the piano. And something about once you sit there and you're quiet for 3 or 4 of those hymns, it just like breathes life into your soul. So that's what I did. And it actually ended up kind of turning around the day. We finished everything we needed to do in an okay way. So now I've sent them outside. I'm gonna continue to just like take a moment as I do the lunch dishes that are waiting for me downstairs, and it's like bed sheet washing day, so I need to put all the sheets on the bed. And then that'll be like my whole entire afternoon. So it's just one of those like mom days where, you know, you have good intentions and you want to have a good day, but your kids have other plans for you. And so yeah, it's hard when the days start that way, and sometimes they end on a bad note, but thankfully today we finished and everyone's okay. So that's the update for today, guys. Kind of a tough day, but the hymns help. They really do. They help me and they help them. So it is Thursday, and today is going to be the last day of our homeschool week. Tomorrow I'm just gonna do a history lesson in the morning for Friday. Since this week we had a 5-day school week, I split like Friday's work into 2. So today was a good school morning. I did not go to the gym, so we just jumped right in, and we have our poetry tea time with our friends this afternoon. So I always feel like those days are really fun when we are looking forward to something and the kids are motivated to complete their assignments for that day. So we're ending the week on a really good note. I'm feeling very happy and very just reminded that hard doesn't mean bad. I saw a post on Instagram, and like I've heard that said so many times before, but it just really reminded me that hard isn't bad. And though some of these days, they are really hard, and that was my goal in sharing my feelings. I feel like a lot of times we are focused on the kids and how they're doing, but really homeschooling is hard work for us as moms, and it's completely changed me as a person, if I'm being honest. So I wanted to kind of share my weekly, daily reflections to just kind of show you guys that it is up and down, and you should never make decisions based on a few bad days, a few bad weeks, a few bad months, and to try to find the joy in every single day. And even when things don't start off the best, you can still turn them around. So that was my goal with this video. I would love to do this again. If you guys want to see it, let me know down below. I'll call this like the Homeschool Mom Diaries or something like that. But I just thought it would be kind of cool to see, you know, a homeschool mom be honest and real about how she's feeling that day, and kind of just focus on that with this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you found it encouraging. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you liked it down in the comments. Give me a thumbs up before you go, and I'll see you guys in my next video.